I have defined myself this one very specific emotion that I'm always searching for in
Okay.
music, and is this nostalgic
Okay.
feeling. I'm not really sure. Well, probably it's from my father, right? He's also
Okay.
very melancholic, and it
Okay.
also have transferred to me.
Okay.
And I've really noticed that my heart music will be the one where I feel that even though I haven't heard the song before, I have lived the song before, right?
Okay.
So that somehow, like the chord progression, the storyline, everything just, just makes my body go,
Okay.
that's, and if we go even more like if even more deeper into this topic, I have specific band for specific weather, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's so interesting, and especially when it's been like that for the past 15 years, maybe not less, maybe 10 or so. There's this Canadian band called City and Colors,
Okay.
with Dallas Green as a main vocal, and he has this very acoustic yet folk yet rocky indie kind of all of this mashed together. I'm not really sure what would be the genre of it, right?
Okay.
But whenever the autumn comes, and especially some middle October until middle November, when outside the window, it starts to get like twilight-ish.
Okay.
When the color changes,
Okay.
I'm always listening to that band, like in those specific hours or minutes, right?
Wow.
And
It's
only in
crazy.
autumn, I know. And because of that, I consider that band being my favorite,
Okay.
the most to my heart, even though I don't listen to it any other time, right? Like
but it has that
it,
specific.
it has the most specific time and place. It has been defined to me the most from
Yeah.
any other music bands, songs, or whatever. Maybe I've connected with it so much, because it also emotionally have given me this safe place for this specific time that I know always where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there listening to City and Colors, right?
Yes. Okay. Nice. But I've never. You're telling me this. I'm like, oh, I need to do a meditation like that. Like reflect on that because I didn't even had that question on my radar of like, what am I looking for? But in movies, is that sense of wonder when you find some. I gravitate a lot towards things that I'm like, oh, like wow, yeah, it's true. You know, that kind of feeling of like, oh, I hadn't paid attention to this yet. It is 1000% true. That sense of like wonder and wow, I have never. This is what connects me specifically to movies. When it comes to music, I'm just a slut. I like everything. Like
But do
it's
you
just
but do you also like uh is that something, this wonder feeling, is it something really important to you also in your daily life? Is it, something that makes you the most joyful when you feel wonder-ish?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
because for me, nostalgia, is it
Yeah,
how you
yeah,
say
yeah.
it in English? I'm not really sure.
Nostalgia. Yeah,
Nostalgia,
yeah,
yeah, this word.
yeah,
That is the thing that always, when I'm feeling like nostalgia,
yeah.
I'm always the happiest. I want to
Okay,
cry,
okay.
but I'm the happiest.
Yeah, nostalgia is kind of like an interesting. I'm not too much into. I'm gonna say it's particular that you bring that because I'm not gonna say that I'm anti nostalgia, but I have a very. I make a conscious effort on looking into the future.
Mhm.
And of course, I'm always revising the past because I believe that if you don't own your past, you will never own your future. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you have to really come to terms with the mistakes you have made or the good things that you had made or the luck that you had or whatever it is, so that you can have a sense of direction when you're moving forward. But that's why I'm always trying to. So, for example, like the typical thing that you meet with your high school friends and they start talking about the good old times. I hate that. I'm like, let's go out, let's make the good times right now that we're gonna talk after.
No, but
But
I,
it's a little bit
but no,
different.
but
Yeah.
I absolutely understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
because I'm not looking for anything specific in the past, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure whether it is somehow connected to the past,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
just
That feeling.
it's
It's
just
just
the
the feeling.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's I don't think I have anything in the past that
Yeah.
that I want to bring up, that somehow
Yeah.
sticks to my
That you still remember. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
There is nothing specific.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's just the feeling itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
it's not even nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
maybe
something different. Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
if I put it on the paper, someone would say no, it's something completely different. I
Yeah.
don't know. I call it
Nostalgia.
nostalgia.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I get what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm also more live in the moment person, right?
Yeah.
And I also don't like to dig very much deep in the past, as well as you say, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to retrospect on
Well, I
things.
retrospect, but I'm not. I feel like I at least around my circle of close friends, there's a lot of people that, oh, you remember when I'm like, I don't. First, I don't remember, so that doesn't help me. Yeah, so
Your memory is also really bad, right? Mine too.
terrible,
Terrible.
terrible.
I
Yeah,
know, it's crazy.
yeah, like I have a friend today. He was telling me, Jorge is there. He was telling me, oh, you remember that fish we ate? I'm like, 14 years ago we ate that fish. Of course I don't remember.
No,
What are
but
you
you know
talking
what's
about?
funny? It's that my memory is terrible. I'm like a goldfish, like three
Yeah.
seconds gone.
Yeah.
It's like never happened.
Yeah.
But my best friend, I would always remember the smallest details
Yeah.
about her and about like what we've been through
Okay.
together.
Okay. Okay.
About anything else, it's like nothing. It's a blank space.
So it's very selective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know why, because she always would say, "How do you remember those things?" And I'm like, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know why, because this would also be. Do you remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fish that we ate 14 years ago? She wouldn't be surprised at all if
Yeah.
I asked her the same question, right?
Okay.
But any other things I have to write down specifically what I'm about to do that day.
Okay.
Otherwise it's just gonna be out of my mind, out of
Okay.
my head, like out of my sight, out of my head, out of my memory.
Well, I think in my case, I don't know if I'm just trying to give myself a pass, but the thing with the memory is that I feel I'm always doing. It's like my mind is full, so I have to throw stuff up to deal with the things of today.
Just the
Yeah.
memory
Yeah,
disc is
it's full,
yeah, it's
and I have to
full.
clean it up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe people come with a bigger memory disc, and I just have a tiny one. But I have a very bad memory. Of course, I have one certain memories from a long time, and it is true that in the journey I remember specifics. Like for example, I remember what you sang when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, like which is not you didn't even remember, but they are
There's some core memory, right?
core memories.
Yeah.
But the day-to-day stuff and the fun stuff, rarely I remember.
Do you want to hear a really fun fact? I don't know if it's gonna be funny, but
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone else like dealing with this stuff, because you were like, we were comparing the memory like to memory disk, as
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
computer. Whenever I drink coffee,
Yeah.
I faint, right? So I always express this, describe the feeling
Yeah.
as I'm like a computer, right? Who needs to restart, because it actually feels like this, like da 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 da,
Okay.
and then I have to restart. And then
When you drink coffee,
when I drink coffee,
why?
it's the doctors haven't found like the real reason, but the
Kind of theory.
kind of theory
Yeah.
is that like my blood pressure has always been kind of low,
Okay.
and on my right side of my lobe,
Right. Okay.
brain lobe, I don't know,
Okay.
the blood vessels are very very narrow, right?
Okay.
Very thin, and somehow when I drink coffee, the blood pressure like goes up, but the vessels,
Yeah.
they thin even more, and and it's like bzz, and then,
Okay.
like,
Okay. But that's such a particular crazy thing.
I don't know.
Like
I
a
don't know why.
quirk. Like a
Yeah.
crazy character quirk.
Yeah.
I drink coffee.
It's not like one sip or two. It's,
No, I
like,
get it,
Like
I
it's
get it.
specifically when I like drink the whole cup of
Yeah.
coffee, then pretty soon after. Okay, I'll be honest. Because of that, I haven't drank like a whole coffee for
Thank
a
you.
long time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe my partner, though, he really wants me to like
To faint.
to check whether it's still like happening. But I'm like, hey, It's one addiction less
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And if I want to, I can always buy decaf, right?
Yes, I do decaf a lot of the times during the
Yeah,
day, but I also drink coffee. And if I would faint every time
you
I
would
would
still
drink
drink.
coffee, I would still drink, and then wake up later like, woof, this coffee
That
was
was a
hard.
good one.
Exactly, exactly. It's fun. It's fun to remember all the things, and yeah, it's I'm